The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to this amazing webinar about Cisco CCIE certifications, its scope, and the career growth opportunities in year 2016. My name is Vikas, and I am the founder and managing director of Network Bulls, and I have done triple CCIE, CCIE in routing and switching, security, and voice. And before founding Network Bulls, I worked with various companies like Religare, IDS Infotech, CSS Corp, etc., where I learned about network designing, network troubleshooting, network monitoring, a lot of other stuff. So, and then I established Network Bulls in year 2009, and since then it has been a great journey till now, and I'm thankful to the student community who has supported us amazingly till now. Well, NATO Bulls has achieved a lot in the last 6 years, all because of the great support from the student community. Well, first of all, we have world's largest Cisco training labs, which means that our labs are fully equipped with all the latest devices such as routers, switches, firewalls, IP phones, and various other networking devices. And we have dedicated more than 15,000 square feet area for the Cisco training labs. And labs are not only equipped with the devices, but it's a great place to study. Lot of students sitting throughout the day and night studying here, and it's a great environment, actually great ambience that we have here, which provides a lot of support to the students. They can ask questions from these trainers, from the fellow students, and they can really get motivated. So it's a amazing lab that we have here. And plus the lab is 24 by 7 available, which means you can practice at day, at night, morning, evening, Saturday, Sunday, holiday. The lab is always open, which helps the student to become and achieve their goal, which is to become CCIE. And I feel proud to announce that till now we have trained more than 11,700 students from 40 different countries. We have people coming here from all over the world, and especially from India also. We have students from all parts of India, all states. And we have placed more than 3,000 students in year 2015 alone, which tells a lot about the kind of dedication we have towards the placement. So we are not here only producing CCIE. We are here to make sure that people who come here get trained, they are well educated, and by the time they are done with their courses, they get very good jobs and placements as well. And that's why our record has been phenomenal when it comes to placements. For CCIE courses, our placement has been 100% till now, and that's all because of the great placement team that we have here, so which enables us to have a tie-up with a lot of companies who are looking to hire IT people or networking people. And also it's because of the great training team that we have, great technical team that we have here, which is always working to make sure that the students are getting all the right knowledge. And then we have some extra staff also, like PD trainers, communication skills trainer, which make sure that the students are equipped not only with the technical knowledge but also with the communication skills knowledge, which helps them to crack the interview. So that's why we have this 100% placement record. And no doubt the biggest contributor has been the student community itself, which works really hard to upgrade their knowledge and get their CCI certification done from us. And the great thing is that 80% of placements are done even without students going for CCIE exams, which is something unique that Network Bulls offers. So, because most of the other training companies focusing or are focusing on making them CCIE only, but our focus remains on getting them good jobs, making them placed in good companies, and then CCIE is something secondary for us, and placement is something which is primary for us. Okay, well, the agenda for the today's webinar is that we are going to discuss about CCIE as a career, why it is such a highly paid IT certification, what are the different Cisco certification tracks which are available, which are the most demanded tracks, and how do we provide this placement guarantee, and what are the various training programs that we offer. And at the end of the webinar, we will wrap it up by following the question and answer round. So if you have any questions, please note it down now, and please wait for the Q&A round so that you can ask the questions then. All right, so CCIE as a career. Well, normally CCIE has become famous these days, but yet most of the graduates have no idea that CCIE can be taken as a serious career option. Most of the people who have heard about networking, they think that networking is all about CCNA or some hardware stuff. They hardly have any idea that CCIE is a full-time career option. Till now, most of the people are going for the traditional career options such as doctor, engineer, or some government jobs. But CCI is a very, very hot job option that we have here today. And well, as you know, many companies are bringing their services online these days. I would not say many, I would say every company is bringing their services online. Whether you want to book a room in the hotel, whether you want to book your appointment with the doctor in a hospital, or even if you want to order your groceries from a shop, you can do this online. So, and that's the reason that when most of the companies have these services bringing online, which means they have to have a very strong and up and running network at their premises. So which means that if the network goes down, then they would not be able to provide these services to the client. So it is very, very important that the network is always up and running 24 by 7. And this is where the importance of CCIE comes into the picture, because if you want to keep your network running up and running 24 by 7, then you need experts. And CCIE training makes you expert in handling those crucial networks. And that's why the demand is growing day by day. But on the other hand, CCIE are very rare. Well, the reason for that is because as of now, there are only around 40,000 CCIE certified engineers available worldwide. I'm talking about worldwide here, whereas the demand is more than 5 lakh engineer even now. So you can assume that what kind of gap we have in the demand and supply. So which makes CCIE as a very, very strong career option. And once you say that you are CCIE, you are very well respected among the IT peers and in the company, because it is expected that once you are done with CCIE, you have a good knowledge of networking. Now, once you decide to do your CCIE, then you need to choose the various tracks that we have here. So which CCIE you would like to go for. So I will brief about all the CCIEs here and which options are good for what kind of people. So the very first and the very old, or I would say the oldest CCIE that we have here is CCIE Routing and Switching, which was introduced by Cisco in 1993. And since then, it has been one of the top most CCIE certification till now. And out of 40,000 CCIE, I would say almost 28,000 CCIEs are from routing and switching only. And routing and switching has always been in great demand, and the demand is growing day by day. So this is a great career option for the freshers because the availability is also very easy. You can easily do it. Resources are available. So one of the best CCIs to go for, and it comes into a budget also. So very good fit for a normal student. Now the next option is CCIE security, which is again in a very strong demand these days. Very hot certification, and again this is a good option for freshers. And the benefit is that CCIE security teaches you a lot about routing and switching and security both. So we'll discuss a lot about it in the upcoming slides. Then we have CCIE voice, or it is called collaboration these days. Now, CCIE voice or collaboration is normally done by those people who have an interest in IP telephony and how the voice travels over IP networks. Although freshers can do it, but the demand for voice engineers is not that high, and the resources are not easily available for the CCIE voice. So although you can do it as a fresher, but then when I compare it with routing and switching and security, it stands nowhere. And the fourth and very hot CCIE is a data center, which is again in high demand, but normally it's not for fresher. It is done by the experienced people only, people who have been working in the industry for the last 3 4 5 years. They normally go for CCIE data center because this is the advanced technology, and you learn a lot about nexus switching and advanced data center technologies. Okay, then the next CCI is wireless. CCI wireless is a good fit for people who are experienced in wireless technologies and who knows a lot about wireless. So they might go for CCIE. So it's not suitable for the freshers anyhow. It is suitable for experienced people only and people who are already working in the wireless field. And then the sixth CCIE is CCIE service provider, which is again fit for people who are already working in the service provider or are willing to work in a service provider network. CCI service provider works focuses a lot on advanced protocols like MPLS and BGP. It's a tough certification, and it's a good fit for people who are experienced in service provider network. So not recommended for freshers anyhow. And then we have the last CCIE, which is CCDE, which is Cisco Certified Design Expert. So designing is basically when you have a lot of knowledge, you can design different networks of different requirements. So you have knowledge of multiple technologies like routing, switching, security, data center. So you kind of become a design expert. So it takes around 5 to 7 years of experience before you go for this certification. So these are the seven CCIEs or seven CCI tracks that are available for you to choose. Now, when I talk about the most demanded certifications, well, we have three here. One is CCI routing and switching, as we mentioned. Another is CCI security, and third is a customized course that NB has offered and which has been in great demand in the recent past. We'll discuss about all these three options one by one in the upcoming slides. Now, CCI routing switching, as I mentioned earlier, is the oldest CCIE available, and still people are pursuing it. Still, people are doing a lot of people are doing CCI routing and switching. So When we talk about CCIE routing and switching, so we basically start from CCNA and we learn a lot of routing and switching by the time we move to CCIE routing and switching. So as we can see, there are not more than 35,000 CCIEs available in routing and switching, and the demand is really high. So there's a lot of opportunity that we have in CCIE routing and switching certification. So once you decide to do CCIE routing and switching certification, you need to go through 3 steps. So you start with the associate level, which is called CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is where you learn about basics of networking, like what is networking, what is OSI model, TCP/IP model, how to configure a router, IP addressing, subnetting, how to configure a switch, how to configure routing, switching, and then some advanced topics. So it touches the basics of networking. So it lays the foundation for you to move to the next level, which is CCNP routing and switching. This is where you learn the next level of routing and switching. You learn about various routing protocols, the differences between them. You learn about various switching protocols, what is the difference and where to use which protocol. And then you finally move to the CCIE level, which is the last level, expert level, Cisco Certified Internet Network Expert. This is where you learn about the in-depth of routing and switching, where to use which routing protocol, what are the pros and cons, what are the benefits, and various other routing and switching technologies. And once you are done with the 3 steps of CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE, then you would be eligible for different job roles such as network engineer, senior network engineer, network admin. So it depends what kind of experience you have with you, and how much knowledge you have gained through your CCIE routing and switching training. Now, throughout your CCIE routing and switching training, you will work on mainly on 2 devices, routers, as you can see on the screen, and the switches on the right side. So, and then you also learn about network designing, network implementation, network monitoring, and troubleshooting of various problems. So once you are done with the CCIE routing and switching, then this is the average salary growth chart that we have here, year on year basis. So we start with somewhere around 4 to 5 lakhs package. It can be on the higher side also, and then gradually you move to the higher pay packages as you grow in the number of experience in the years. Now, the second CCIE is CCIE security that we mentioned earlier. So this is again the highest level of certification when it comes to security track. Now, why CCIE is in such a huge demand? As we mentioned earlier, that every company is bringing their services online. Every company needs their services to be up and running 24 by 7. And with the invention of internet, the networks today have become very insecure if we do not apply the proper security mechanisms to secure the networks. So that's where the network security becomes very, very important, because if the network is compromised because of some network attacks, even for 4 hours, there's a lot of revenue loss that will be there for the company. So companies will make sure that the networks are always secure. So they will spend a lot of money in securing the networks, and that's where the need of CCI security engineer will come into the picture, because a person who is expert in deploying security mechanisms can only secure the networks. Now again, the demand is really high and the availability is really low, there are only around 6,000 CCIE security available right now throughout the world, and the demand is really, really high. So there's a lot of gap, and that's where the security guys are paid very handsomely. Now, once you decide to go for the CCIE security certification, then you start your journey with the CCNA routing and switching, and then you go for the CCNP routing and switching, as was already mentioned. Now, it's because you should have a good base and good understanding of routing and switching technologies before you move to the security technologies. So once you are done with your CCNA and CCNP routing and switching, the next thing that you start is CCNA security, which is where you learn about the basics of security, what are the various network attacks, how to secure it, what are the network security devices that we have available, what is firewall, what is a how to deploy security using a router and using a switch, what is a VPN, and all those basic network security concepts. Then you move to the next level, which is CCNP security, which is where you move, where you learn the next level of security protocols, firewalls, and finally you go for CCIE security, which is where you learn the in-depth of network security practices and network security techniques and technologies. So it's a combination of two great technologies, routing and switching and security. And once you are done with the CCI security, you will be eligible for different job roles such as network engineers or network security engineer, network security administrator. So there are different job roles available depending upon your experience and your knowledge. Now, why CCI security is such a hot option? Well, as we know, it is a combination of two technologies. So you learn from you start with the CCNA routing and switching, CCNP routing and switching, and then you move to the security domain. So you have a combination of two technologies. So you are learning two technologies here. Now that's why you will be preferred for more job roles, because even if a company needs a routing and switching engineer, you are eligible. And if a company is looking for security engineer, then also you are eligible. And if they are looking for a combination of both, then also you are very well eligible for the jobs. So you enhance your chances of getting a job very quickly, and you become a complete package. So a company will not be needing to hire two people, one for routing and switching, one for security. So you will be combination of both. And that's why, because you can take care of two different technologies, you will experience higher career growth, and which means that you are going to get higher pay packages also. Now once you are done with the CCI security, or throughout your CCI security journey, you will be learning a lot of technologies. You will be learning about VPNs, virtual private network, which is the main requirement of the companies these days. You will learn about AAA, which is authentication, authorization, and accounting, using various servers such as ACS and ICE, which is Identity Service Engine. And then you will also learn defense in depth using IPS, firewalls, routers, switches. So these are various network security devices that we have. So you would not only learn about firewalls, you will also learn about how to deploy or how to make sure that the network is secure by using routers, switches, and IPS. So it's a multi-layer defense that we are talking about here. You will also learn about email security and web security, and you learn this through a device called WSA, Web Security Appliance. And then you also learn about wireless security using WLC, which is wireless LAN controller, and ICE. Now, the devices that we are going to use here is router, switches. Obviously, you will learn in CCNA, CCNP routing and switching also, and then in security also. And then you will learn the most important device of security networks, which is the firewall. So Cisco ASA firewalls are very, very famous. So, and the Cisco ASA firewalls are called 5515 series firewalls. So which is again a very very famous firewall. So lot of people deploy this, lot of companies deploy this Cisco ASA firewall along with the other firewalls. And then we have Cisco IPS, which is intrusion prevention system, which is a great device for network security. Cisco WSA, which is called web security appliance, which is also called iron port. And then we will also learn about Cisco ICE servers, identity services engines for identity mechanism, and Cisco IP phones as well. So a lot of technologies that we are going to cover here. Now, this is a slide about average salary package growth chart that we have here year on year basis. So we start somewhere at 6 lakhs as the initial package, provided that you have done your CCIE security lab certification and you have a CCIE number with you. And then the package grows as you have more experience with you. Now, this is the third course that we were talking about earlier, multi-vendor technology expert. This is the course which has been designed specifically by Network Bulls. No other company is offering this course right now. Now, this is a combination of multiple technologies and which has been designed keeping in the keeping the demand in mind that industry has, because the industry is looking for multiple technology person. So that's why we have designed this course in such a way that the multiple technologies have been covered under this. So the technology that we cover here in this particular course is CCNA routing and switching, CCNP routing and switching, CCI routing and switching. So till now we are making the person expert in routing and switching. Then we move to CCNP security. So this is where we teach them about security net aspects of the networks. Then we also teach them Cisco Nexus, which is the part of data center technologies. And then we also teach the other vendor firewalls such as Juniper firewalls, Checkpoint firewalls, Palo Alto firewalls, and there are some more technologies that we cover here is load balancer and network monitoring and troubleshooting tools as well. So it's a complete combination of very powerful technologies, and one of the great courses that is available in the market today. Now, when we say job guarantee, we are not providing job guarantee only on the basis of our training, but we provide many other supporting classes also, such as CV writing, interview questions, presentation classes, mock interviews. So it's a complete package where we make sure that the student is ready to face the interview, and they are ready to crack the interview. So we focus a lot on the personality development aspect of the student, and so it's a combination of technical training and communication skills training, or the personality training, I would say. So which makes sure that the student is ready for the interview by the time the course is finished. Now these are the some of the placement that we have in the recent past. So these are the students who got placed in different companies and are working happily over there. And these are some of the CCIEs that we produced in the recent past. And so we have people not only from India but from all part of the world, male, female, and from different companies as well, different countries, I would say. So we have a great record when it comes to CCIE pass outs, and our efforts have been recognized uh, time to time by different companies, different organizations, and recently we got one more award where we got the award for most promising Cisco and Microsoft training company with the proven placement record of 2015. So it was a great honor to receive this award on behalf of Network Bulls and the student community and the great team that we have here. And we are also Cisco and Microsoft partner, official partner, which means that all the trainings that we offer here at Network Bulls are authorized trainings. And so the job programs that we have here, 100% job guarantee programs, are multi-vendor technology expert that we mentioned earlier, CCI routing and switching integrated, which start from CCNA and end up to CCIE. Then we have CCI security integrated program, which start from CCNA, then CCNP routing and switching, CCNA security, CCNP security, and CCI security. And then we have CCI collaboration integrated, which is again a combination of routing, switching, and voice technologies. And then we have some other courses as well, which are like CCI security written plus lab training, CCI collaboration written plus lab training, CCI routing and switching written plus lab training. So these are the various courses that we have here: CCNA, CCNP. So you can choose your course according to your requirement, and you can do the certification accordingly. So that was all from my side, and now we will move to the Q&A round, where you can ask your questions and I'll be able to answer your questions. So you can raise your hands, or you can click on the question mark, so that I could know who is going to ask the question. Yeah, Mr. Mahesh, please go ahead and ask your question. Mahesh, can you hear me? Mahesh? Nayan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, sir. I just want to know about LPT, License Penetration Tester.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the basic step for that?
You want to know for LPT, right?
Yes, sir. Basically, I just targeted and aim for License Penetration Tester,
Okay.
and I'm interested to do so. But I right now just heard about CCIE.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
So
So I
which
just want to know that I am right now in second year BSc
uh-huh.
in mathematics,
Uh-huh.
and I just want to get a good job. So what is good opportunity from which sector? Just tell me that, sir.
See, LPT is all about first thing is it's all about experienced people who are
Yeah.
already working in the security field, who already know a lot about penetration testing. So
Yes, sir.
penetration testing is exactly what so the penetration tester will make sure that if there is any gap in the security policies that the company has applied, so the
Yeah.
LPT guy will try to find those loopholes.
Yes, sir.
So you need to have a lot of experience before you become LPT. It's not a fresher's job, I would say, because you need to
Yes, sir.
understand a lot
First
of
of all, I
security
just have to
aspects.
complete CEH, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I have to complete CEH version 9 from EC
Yes,
Council. I
yes,
think
yes.
so.
Yes, yes. So it's a step by step process. So
Yeah.
then only you would be able to become LPT.
So as compared to LPT, CCIE is much better option, or LPT is better than that?
See, the problem with the LPT is that there's not a lot of training companies which can
Okay.
provide training to you.
Okay.
Plus,
Yeah.
it's a something, before going for LPT, you have to be working in different companies at different positions.
Yeah.
You cannot become LPT like, okay, suppose you are a fresher and then you apply in some company after doing LPT and they will hire you. It doesn't work like this.
Yeah.
So this option is not for freshers anyhow. So I would say you can go for CCI security right now. start working in some company, and later on you can do your LPT, and then you can become a penetration tester in a good company at a very good level. Nayan? Nayan, can you hear me? Hello? Nayan, can you hear me?
more over there. So that's why I just talking to you.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mukesh?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Vikas, Mukesh here.
Yes, Mukesh.
I already talked to you many, many times. Thank you very much for this nice presentation.
Tell me.
Uh, I just want to know a bit more about this data center, the Cisco data center on the Nexus switches.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a trainer and from the same profile, CCNP certified and training from last 7 years
Mm-hmm.
on servers and Cisco stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it something who connect it with the Microsoft Cloud? Because I've also done this SCOM and SCVMM.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm finding a connection between them, like the data center, where we can use it, where what it is. Like these are the highly, like the switches, high speed switches can be used in the data centers,
Mm-hmm.
or those are also switches are also available for small institutions or small companies. So I want to know more about data center. Yes.
So what exactly is your question? What do you want to know about data centers?
What it is actually, a small introduction, a technical introduction on it.
So, data center is a certification which covers a lot about Nexus switching.
Hmm.
So, Cisco has a complete range of networks, Cisco Nexus devices, which is like 1000, 3000, 5000, 7000, 9000 series switches. So, these switches are the best fit for the data center networks. And like earlier, Cisco had 4500 and
Catalyst.
6500 switches. So now
The
yes.
Oh, sorry. The difference between this catalyst and Nexus configuration, is there any command line? There is a difference in the
Yes,
commands or
there is a difference. There is a difference. It works totally
okay.
differently than it works with the catalyst switches. It's a completely
Okay, and
different aspect.
the Nexus also work as a graphical or only the command line?
It's a command line. See, any good Cisco engineer will always prefer command line only. Nobody would
Yeah,
like to go for
definitely, because I've seen one switch from the HP and that is
yes,
graphics and all. But yeah, we love the command line.
yes.
Uh, yes, Mr. Vikas. And one more thing, I want to ask the fee for the CCIE online because right now I have come to Kenya for some assignment.
Mm-hmm. See, we
So
are
I want that.
actually till now we have online training only for international batches. But now we are
Okay,
going to launch CCI or any Cisco training, online training for Indian students also, because the
okay.
international fee structure is totally different. Services there are totally different. But now what we
Yes,
are
yes,
planning here is we might launch the online version of the training for Indian student at a lesser cost.
yes.
So
That's good.
this plan might get implemented by the end of June, I would say. So anybody who would be looking for CCNA training, CCNP training, CCIE training, the person who might be sitting in Jaipur, in Lucknow, in Ludhiana, in South India, anywhere. So anybody who cannot travel all the way to Netubus Gurgaon, they would be able to get trained by getting online training from by sitting at their home only.
Fine. Thank you very much, Mr. Vikas. And I'm highly impressed by your CCIE certification. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pramod? Pramod, can you hear me? Rohit? Rohit?
Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Hi, Vikas. This is Rohit here.
Yes, yes, Rohit.
I just need to know. I am an IT engineering graduate for 2010,
Rohit,
and
your voice is
after
not
that,
clear.
can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, please.
Hi, I am an IT engineering graduate, pass out in 2010,
Uh-huh.
and after that, working a couple of years in international BPO,
Uh-huh.
I moved to UK for my masters in business management
Okay.
because I was unable to get a good job in IT here.
Okay.
So, but there I found out that the IT opportunities in abroad is way much bigger than the management jobs.
Uh-huh.
So I came back to India, and now I was looking for the to pursue my career in IT industry, and now and then I came to know about the networking and everything because I've always been have an interest in networking.
Uh-huh.
So I recently got a job in a big MNC
Uh-huh.
in India, and but I was in a dilemma where I was caught up between the choice of routing and switching or security.
Okay.
However, I was a bit interested in security
Mm-hmm.
because I have a couple of my peers and relatives who are into this industry, and they are saying like if you go for the security, it has a much bigger future opportunities and everything.
Right.
Because my ultimate goal is to settle abroad.
Uh-huh.
So I was looking for a course which will give me a more opportunities to work better and get settled in abroad.
Uh-huh.
So could you just highlight which is which could be the better path to go for like routing switching or security?
Okay. So, see, undoubtedly, security is a much, much, much better option than routing and switching because, as we already mentioned, it covers two domains, routing and switching and security both, and plus the demand for CCI security is way, way, way high, and it keeps on growing day by day in India as well as in the advanced countries also. So people are getting paid very handsomely if they are good at security. So there's no doubt about it. So if you want to choose between routing and switching and security, undoubtedly you should go for security only. There should be no second question about it.
Okay, and one more thing, I have a friend who got settled in Australia just recently
Uh-huh.
as a network engineer, and he said like, well, if you want to go for security, there is a slight problem that you might get in abroad. Like in security domain, the people, the people who are foreigners to us, they somehow reluctant to put a person from the other country into the security. So
Well,
so I was
see,
yeah. So I was like,
this will always remain a problem. But then, see, depends. You need to show your knowledge.
mhm,
So every
yeah,
company, every culture, every country respects knowledge. So they might be a bit reluctant initially, but then after a while, once you show your skills, once you have gained their respect and their trust, they would hand over everything to you. So might face problem initially, but then I think it's only 10%, I would say. 90% is your skill, how you handle the stuff over there, and how you win their trust. So nothing much a lot to worry about, I would say.
okay, fine. Thanks. And that's one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like as I'm working at the moment, so
Mm-hmm.
I could only go for the weekend batches,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I put up in Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it would take around 1.5 or 2 hours, good 2 hours to reach to your institute.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I was thinking is, if I'm going for the weekend, that is, it will take around 15 months to
Mm-hmm.
complete the complete security profile.
Right.
And what I was thinking is, would it be better to, as soon as I'm completing, like, for example, CCNA routing switching, CCNP,
Mm-hmm.
and then secret. So should I be giving those exams and taking those certification along the way, so that I can, pursue? I can tell my company so that they can raise me in the security domain a bit better, previously, so that I before getting the CCIE, so that I can get some hand-on experience as well. Or you suggest me to, take a complete 15-month stretch and complete the CCIE, then tell my company to, that I have this certification, which is a big one. So what do you suggest?
Well, I would say what you can do is after 8 9 months, you can go for one of the certification, maybe CCNA security or any CCNP security module, so that you can at least say that okay, I am security certified now. I have knowledge of security, and I have certification up to maybe CCNA security and one or two modules of CCNP security. And then once you are done with your CCIE, then obviously you can negotiate with your company, you can talk to them about a raise or whatever it is, or if you want to change your job, you want to switch to another company, then you have a lot of options available with you. So I would not say go for all the certification including CCNA, CCNP routing and switching. I would say at the end of 8 9 months, when you are once you are done with the once you have started the security training, then you can go for maybe CCNA certification and maybe one or two modules of CCNP certification. That would be more than
Uh,
enough at that time.
okay, okay. And because the thing is, I'm actually, placed in a data center operations at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to move into the security, hardcore security profile.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I'm concerned. But one thing, as you said, like after 8 or 9 months, give the CCNE security one. But I have read, I'm not sure about it, but you may be knowing it more. To take on CCNA security, you got to have CCNA routing and switching first.
Yes, yes, it is absolutely important. But then see, there are two things. You can still take the exam, but you would not get the certification. So to get the CCNA security certification, you must go for CCNA routing and switching certification. So it depends. If you just want to show them a piece of paper, then you can simply go for CCNA security exam. If you want to show them a complete certificate which is given by Cisco, then yes, you have to go through CCNA routing and switching before you go for CCNA security.
Um, okay, and one more thing, last thing, I may be taking more time here, sorry for that, but the thing is, uh, like, if I'm taking here, weekends batches,
Mm-hmm.
and then because at the moment I am not allotted to any project, but in a near future, maybe next month, we will be giving any project. So there
Mm-hmm.
might be a problem, like we are not getting week offs on the weekends. So will there be any chance that, although we will be enrolled in the weekend batches, but if we are not getting the week offs on the weekends, then can we shift in the general timings? I mean, how flexible is your institute, like, for the timings at this moment?
See, you can obviously shift to the weekdays batches in that case, but you cannot expect that okay, instead of Saturday, Sunday, give me classes on Friday and Thursday. That would not be possible. Either it's a weekdays batch which is running from Monday to Friday, or it's a weekend batch which is running from Saturday to Sunday.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Vikas, for your help and your guidance. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Nayan?
यस सर। सर मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि ये जो बैचेस हैं।
Mm-hmm.
हेलो।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, बोलिए।
सर तो ये बैचेस कब से चालू होने वाले हैं?
बैचेस देखिए एवरी ट्यूसडे शुरू होते हैं।
एवरी ट्यूसडे शुरू होते हैं.
हाँ
सो
जी.
जैसे हम 3 स्टूडेंट्स हैं
हाँ हाँ.
एंड वी ऑल थ्री जस्ट वांट टू जॉइन योर क्लासेस.
ठीक है.
सो व्हाट्स द प्रोसीजर?
The procedure is very simple. You can come here and join. There is no hardcore requirements that we have here. So once you'll come here for the inquiry, you can get the details from them also. They might ask you for some documents like your ID proofs, your certifications, and some photographs.
Okay. And so where is nearby center? I just want to know.
Which center? Metro?
No, nearby place. Any center is in Madhya Pradesh?
No, no. We have only one center, which is in Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. It's nearby Delhi.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So each Tuesday you just start a new batch.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So how many month course is this one?
Well, which course you're talking about?
CCIE router and switching. It's an basic startup course, no?
Okay.
I think so.
It's a 7 to 8 months program.
7 to 8 month program.
Yes.
Okay, so I just request that just start your online course right now. I just
Yeah.
want to join that.
No, we are going to start it, but somewhere in the end of June, not now. We are in the planning
Okay,
process for
sir.
that.
We are very just waiting for that because it's
Well,
not quite possible for us to join over there.
then I would still say people who can afford to come here in Netobus Gurgaon premises will be a much better option. They should come here only because online training, although it is very effective, but then you would not get the same kind of environment, study environment that you have here, the 24 by 7 labs and the peer study that you have here. So online training
Okay.
is only for those people, I would say, who are working somewhere, who cannot come here, who have timings problem, or maybe they have to take care of their family or whatever reason. People who can afford
Okay.
to come here, I would always say you come here.
Okay. So, sir, one more thing. I just want to know fee structure. If it is quite possible for you to tell me about that.
Tell me.
I just want to know fees structure for that because I will join your classroom classes over
Okay, I
Gurgaon.
would say you can get in touch with the team. You can send an inquiry, and they would give you the proper information regarding the same.
Okay, that must be a good option for me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Janish. Janish. Rahul.
Um,
Rahul, do you have a question? Well, I think that's it from today's session. I hope I have answered all of the queries that we have here, and it's time to wrap up. So, thank you very much for joining this webinar, and I hope I was able to give all the required information to you. So, thank you very much for joining the webinar.